Most people in their 20s are making one huge mistake with their money. They think they have time, but that's exactly what they're losing. If you're in your 20s and not investing yet, you're missing out on the most powerful wealth-building tool available: compound interest. Not next year, not when you make more money, now. You're probably hearing this everywhere. Start early. But no one really explains why it matters so much. And here's the truth: starting early isn't just good advice. It's the difference between financial freedom and financial struggle. At the end of this video, you'll understand why starting early could be the difference between retiring rich or never retiring at all. And I'll show you exactly how a few small decisions today can turn into hundreds of thousands, or even millions later. This isn't theory, this is math, and this is how wealth is built. Let's break a myth real quick. You don't need to be rich to invest. You just need time and consistency. It's easy to think, I'll start investing once I earn more. But if you wait, you're giving up the most valuable asset you have: time. The earlier you start, the more your money works for you. Let me show you how powerful this is. Imagine two people. Emma starts investing at 22. She puts in $200 a month for just 10 years and then stops. Jake starts at 32, invests $200 a month, but keeps going for the next 30 years. Guess who ends up with more money at retirement? Emma, even though she invested for a third of the time. Why? Because she gave her money time to grow. That's compound interest in action. And here's the crazy part: Emma only invested $24,000 in total. Jake, he invested $72,000. But Emma still wins because she used time as leverage. That's what most people don't understand. It's not about how much you invest at first. It's about when you start. A $100 investment in your 20s can grow more than a $500 investment in your 40s. Your money works harder when you give it more years to grow. Here's what most people miss: your 20s are your unfair advantage. You might not be making six figures yet, but you have time, flexibility, and fewer financial responsibilities than you'll ever have again. That's your window. This is when you can take calculated risks. Try different strategies. Learn how markets work without the pressure of needing immediate results. Most people overestimate what they can do in a year, but they wildly underestimate what 10 or 20 years of consistent investing can do. It's slow at first, almost invisible, but then it snowballs. The earlier you start, the less you need to invest to reach the same goals. Want to retire a millionaire? You don't need to win the lottery or build a business. You just need to start early and stay consistent. In the next part, I'll show you what assets to focus on, how to build your first portfolio, and the common traps that sabotage young investors. This is where the real strategy begins. So now that you know the power of starting early, the next question is, where should you put your money? Because not all investments are equal. And in your 20s, the wrong choice can set you back years. But the right ones can launch you decades ahead. The first rule: keep it simple. Don't fall into the trap of chasing the latest crypto hype or hot stock picks from TikTok. Your goal is long-term growth, not lottery wins. The best place to start is with broad market index funds. Why? Because they spread your risk across hundreds, sometimes thousands of companies. Instead of betting on one stock, you're betting on the entire economy. Let's break that down. A fund like the S&P 500 tracks the 500 largest companies in the US: Apple, Amazon, Google, and many more. Historically, it returns about 7 to 10% per year after inflation. That might not sound exciting at first, but over 30 or 40 years, it's life-changing. If you invest $200 a month in an S&P 500 index fund starting at age 22, by the time you're 62, you could have over $500,000. Double that to $400 a month, you're pushing past the $1 million mark. All without needing to beat the market, just ride it. And if you're outside the US, look for a global index fund or one tracking your regional economy. Vanguard, iShares, and Fidelity all offer solid options with low fees. Fees matter more than most people think. A fund charging 1.5% in fees might not sound bad. But over decades, that could cost you tens of thousands in lost returns. Always choose low-cost ETFs or mutual funds. Look for something with an expense ratio under 0.2% if possible. It's not glamorous, but it's what most millionaires do. Now, what about risk? People assume that investing in your 20s should be safe and conservative. But that's backwards. This is actually the one time in your life when you should take more risk. Because you have time to recover from market dips and benefit from rebounds. That's why most young investors should be nearly 100% in stocks. Bonds and cash are important later, but right now they just slow you down. And here's the beauty of it, you don't need to pick stocks. A total stock market index fund is diversified. You're buying into thousands of businesses at once. Once you've built this core, automation is your best friend. Set up automatic contributions every month, even if it's just $50. The key is consistency, not perfection. Because if you have to decide every month whether to invest or not, chances are you'll skip it when life gets busy. But if it happens automatically, it becomes just another bill, except this one makes you richer. And don't worry if you can't invest much at the beginning. Your income will grow, and when it does, your contributions should too. But the habit matters more than the amount. Think of your 20s like planting seeds. You won't see results right away. But a decade from now, you'll be shocked at what grew, while your friends are just getting started. Let's talk about another powerful strategy: dollar cost averaging. That's just a fancy way of saying you invest the same amount regularly, no matter what the market is doing. Sometimes you'll buy when prices are high, sometimes when they're low. But over time, it smooths out your costs and reduces the risk of bad timing. It also keeps you emotionally detached. You invest with discipline, not fear or greed. And here's the thing most people get wrong. Your biggest enemy isn't the market, it's your own behavior. Panic selling, checking your portfolio every day, trying to time crashes, those are the habits that destroy wealth. You win by being boring, by staying in the game, by focusing on time in the market, not timing the market. In the next part, I'll show you the traps that kill most 20-something investors. We'll talk about lifestyle inflation, credit card debt, and how social pressure secretly ruins your future wealth. This next part, it's where people usually fall off. But not you. You know what really kills most young investors? It's not market crashes. It's not inflation. It's lifestyle inflation. You start earning more, and you start spending more. Suddenly the $40K job that used to be enough doesn't cut it anymore at $60K. Your expenses grow with your income, and investing gets pushed aside. This is how most people stay broke, even when they make six figures. They confuse income with wealth. But wealth isn't what you earn, it's what you keep and grow. The moment you get your first serious paycheck, you face a decision. Upgrade your life or invest in your future. Most choose the first, and they pay for it later. You see it all the time. New car, bigger apartment, expensive nights out. But every dollar you spend in your 20s is a dollar that could have doubled or tripled by the time you're 40. It's not about depriving yourself. It's about choosing freedom over flash. And here's another trap: comparison. Social media makes it worse. You scroll through people showing off vacations, designer clothes, new tech. But what you don't see? Their debt, their credit cards, the financial stress they hide. Don't build your life trying to look rich. Build it to be rich. It's not sexy to invest $300 a month while your friends are spending it on bottle service. But when you're 35 and buying your first rental property or traveling the world without worrying about money, that's when it pays off. Let's talk about debt for a second. Credit card debt is the fastest way to erase everything you're trying to build. 10%, 20%, even 30% interest rates. That's money actively working against you. If you're carrying a balance, stop investing temporarily and kill that debt first. There's no investment that reliably beats the cost of bad debt. And here's something no one tells you. You don't need to be perfect to build wealth. You just need to avoid the big mistakes and keep showing up. Don't try to catch up by gambling on risky assets. Don't stop investing just because the market goes down. The people who win aren't the smartest, they're the most consistent. Want to know what real financial confidence feels like? It's knowing you could lose your job tomorrow and still be okay. It's knowing that in 10 years, your money will still be growing, whether or not the economy is. That confidence starts with the habits you build now. Start tracking your spending. Know where every dollar goes. Make investing automatic. Stay out of high-interest debt. Live below your means, even when you could afford more. This isn't about sacrifice. It's about strategy. Every smart decision in your 20s gives you options in your 30s, 40s, and beyond. Because here's the harsh truth. If you don't take control of your money now, someone else will. Your boss, the government, the bank. You'll end up working for decades just to maintain a lifestyle that never truly made you happy. But it doesn't have to be that way. You've already taken the first step, learning. Now comes the hard part, action. Start small. Open that investment account. Set up that automatic transfer, even if it's just $50 a month. Build the habit, grow it with time, don't break the chain. And don't keep this to yourself. Share what you've learned. Help a friend open their first investment account. Build a tribe of people who talk about money, growth, and freedom. Because wealth isn't just about money. It's about choices. And the earlier you start, the more you'll have. So here's your next move. If this video helped you shift your mindset, hit like, subscribe, and check out the video I just posted on the 5 investing mistakes young people always make. Trust me, avoiding those can save you years of setbacks. Comment below if you're ready to start investing, or if you already have. Let's make this the generation that wins the money game. And remember, the sooner you start, the sooner you grow wealth. Your future self will thank you.